Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Norwegian ebook before it's gone.
Hi everybody, Annette here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Norwegian questions. The question for this lesson is, when do I use the possessive pronoun sin? The Norwegian possessive pronoun system is a bit complicated, and it can be difficult to know when you should use sin instead of the possessive pronouns hans, meaning his, hennes, meaning hers, or deres, meaning theirs. Sin translates as his, hers, its, and theirs, so it's easy to get confused. Sin is the reflexive form of hans or hennes and deres. Sin is used for something that is one's own. In other words, when the subject owns the object. Let's have a look at an example. Ola vasker bilen sin. This literally means Ola washes his own car. If you change sin to hans, meaning his, the meaning of the sentence changes. For instance, Ola vasker bilen hans means Ola washes his car. This means that Ola is washing someone else's car, not his own. Let's have a look at two more examples. Han glemte sekken sin, literally meaning he forgot his own backpack. Here, the backpack that was lost belongs to the subject, so we need to use sin. In this sentence, han glemte sekken hans, or he forgot his backpack, it means he forgot someone else's backpack. Sin also conjugates in the gender and the plural of the noun. Sin is used for the masculine singular form, si is for the feminine singular form, sitt is for the neutral singular form, and sine for the plural form. Let's see some examples with the conjugated forms of sin. Hun mistet sekken sin. She lost her own backpack. Sekk, meaning backpack, is a masculine noun. Therefore you use sin. Han mistet boka si. He lost his own book. Bok, meaning book, is feminine, so you have to use si. Han ryddet huset sitt. He tidied his own house. Hus, meaning house, is a neutral noun, so you use sitt. And last, hun skal støvsuge alle teppene sine, meaning she's going to vacuum all her own carpets. Teppe, meaning carpet, is in the plural form, so you use sine. Before we close up this lesson, it's important to know that you can only use sin, si, sitt, and sine with objects. You cannot use sin, si, sitt, and sine with subjects. Here's an example. Sekken hans gammel, meaning his backpack is old. In this sentence, the noun sekk, meaning backpack, is the subject, so you can't use sin. And han glemte sekken sin. He forgot his backpack. In this case, the backpack is the object, so you use sin. And that's it for this lesson. I hope I helped clear things up for you. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. Ha det, vi ses snart. Bye, see you soon.
Welcome to NorwegianClass101.com's Norsk på 3 minutter. The fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Norwegian. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte dere. Hi, I'm Nora. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Norwegian expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Norwegian. You only need to know 2 sentences. Let's see how Norwegian people introduce themselves. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte deg. Hi, I'm Nora. Nice to meet you. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte deg. Start by saying, Hei, jeg heter. Then say your name. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Finally, say, hyggelig å møte deg. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte deg. And now, let's see the same sentence in a different format. Hallo, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig. Hello, my name is Nora. Nice to meet you. Hallo, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these together. Hei has been substituted with an alternative greeting, hallo, Norwegian for hello. In a formal setting, you would say your full name, but it is better to just use your first name when being introduced to new friends. Hyggelig å møte deg has been shortened to just hyggelig. When meeting someone in a formal context, for instance at work, hyggelig å møte deg would be the most appropriate greeting. When being introduced to new friends, hyggelig will do. One more time. One way to introduce yourself in Norwegian is Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte deg. An alternative way to introduce yourself is Hallo, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig. Now it's time for Nora's insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands in Norway. While hyggelig å møte deg is slightly more formal than just hyggelig, you don't need to worry too much about which one you use. If you use one of these sentences with Norwegian people, they're definitely going to be impressed. Do you know how we say thank you in Norwegian? You'll learn how to say this and many other words in the next Norsk på 3 minutter lesson. Takk, og ses neste gang. See you then.
Hi everybody, Annette here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Norwegian questions. The question for this lesson is, why do I need to use reflexive pronouns with certain verbs? Let's start with a more specific question. Why do I need meg in jeg vasker meg? Meg, meaning myself, is a reflexive pronoun, and it can be difficult to know whether you need it after the verb or not, because you may not need it in English. You use a reflexive pronoun when you perform an action upon yourself. In other words, when the subject performs an action on the object. Let's look at the different forms of reflexive pronouns and typical verbs that need them. Let's start with the example from the question. Jeg vasker meg. This means I wash myself. You need meg, meaning myself, to explain that you are washing your own body. If you write the sentence without meg, it will mean that you just wash something. Let's move on to the next example. Du kler på deg, meaning you dress yourself. Here, deg is the reflexive pronoun, and kle på needs a reflexive pronoun to show that you're dressing yourself and not anybody else. Here are some other examples. Hun grer seg literally mean she combed herself. In this example, you don't need hår, meaning hair, because the verb å gre, meaning to comb, makes it obvious that we're talking about combing hair. Another example would be vi forlovet oss. Literally, we engaged ourselves. Dere bestemte dere for å kjøpe et hus. Literally means you decided yourselves to buy a house. And last, de giftet seg I fjor, literally means they married themselves last year. Okay, I hope that helped answer your question. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. Ha det, vi ses senere. Bye, see you later.
Want to master grammar so you can speak properly, express yourself better, and understand more? In this video, I'll show you how to master grammar with our lessons and learning program. Let's begin. Number 1, listen to the lesson conversations and explanations. In every lesson, you learn a conversation. Then, our teachers break down every word and grammar rule. So you're actually learning grammar rules in the context of conversations, and you can easily see how they're used. Once you're done, review the conversation again and again to remember what you've learned. Number 2, read the bonus explanations and tutorials. With the lesson notes, you get extra grammar explanations and examples that are not presented in the lesson. After you're done with the lesson, read the lesson notes for extra review. You can even save them as PDFs so that you can access them anytime. Number 3, leave a comment on the lesson. Once you've learned a grammar point, be sure to use it. Leave a comment in the comments section. Write some example sentences for practice. Our teachers will review your comment and give you feedback. Number 4, unlock even more grammar lessons. If you want to find all of the grammar lessons available, visit our lesson library. Under Category, choose Grammar. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons dedicated to helping you learn and master sentence patterns and grammar points. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hi everybody, Annette here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Norwegian questions. The question for this lesson is, when do we use å and when do we use og? In Norwegian, it can be difficult to know when to use å or og because they sound the same when you pronounce them. Let's go over the rules so you can learn how to use å and og correctly. The main rule is that the article å, meaning to, is used with verbs in the infinitive, while og, meaning and, connects verbs that are conjugated the same way. Let's do some examples with å. Take, jeg glemte å kjøpe melk, meaning I forgot to buy milk. Here we have a verb in the infinitive, to buy, so we need the word å. Another example would be jeg liker å danse. I like to dance. Now let's do an example using og. If you want to use og, the verbs on both sides have to be conjugated the same way. For example, jeg danser og synger hver dag, meaning I dance and sing every day. Here we connect dance and sing, which are both in the present tense using the word and. So in Norwegian, we would use og. Okay, that's it for this lesson. I hope that cleared things up for you. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. Ha det! Vi ses snart! Bye! See you soon!
Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hi everybody, I'm Nora. Welcome to NorwegianClass101.com's Norsk på 3 minutter. Fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Norwegian. In the last lesson, we learned how to introduce ourselves in Norwegian. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. Dere klare? Are you ready? La oss begynne. So let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the easiest. It is just one word. Takk. Takk. Takk means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add tusen at the beginning. Tusen takk. Tusen takk. Tusen means 1,000. So, tusen takk is like saying 1,000 thanks. During the last lesson, we didn't really mention anything about formality in speech in Norwegian. However, there are some subtle differences in how you will be perceived by others. Takk is a casual way to thank someone. Tusen takk expresses more gratitude and is thus more formal. A longer and more formal phrase, which expresses a lot of gratitude, would be Tusen takk, så hyggelig av deg. Here we have just added så hyggelig av deg, which means how nice of you. Tusen takk, så hyggelig av deg. But how do you answer these expressions of gratitude? It's easy. There are basically two different ways to do it. The first is vel bekomme. Vel bekomme. Vel bekomme literally means you are welcome. The other way to say you are welcome is the expression bare hyggelig. Bare hyggelig. Literally, this phrase means it's my pleasure or with pleasure, but it is the most common and polite way to respond to someone thanking you. So when someone is saying takk to you, you can simply reply with vel bekomme or bare hyggelig. Now it's time for Nora's insights. If you're not sure about whether to use takk or tusen takk, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Takk can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. Do you know what CS means? In our next lesson, you'll learn this and other greetings in Norwegian. Takk, og ses neste gang!
Hi everybody, Annette here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Norwegian questions. The question for this lesson is, where do you place ikke in a sentence? Norwegian and English are similar in many ways, but when it comes to ikke, meaning not, the rules are very different and a little challenging to learn. Let's do some examples so you can learn how to use ikke correctly. In basic sentences, ikke comes after the verb. Here's an example. Jeg spiser ikke fisk, meaning I don't eat fish. If the object of the sentence is a pronoun, like I or you, then ikke will come after the pronoun, not the verb. Let's change fisk, fish, in the previous sentence to the pronoun den, meaning it. Jeg spiser den ikke. I don't eat it. When there's more than one verb in a sentence, ikke is placed after the first verb. Here's an example. Han vil ikke spise fisk, meaning he doesn't want to eat fish. In this example, we have the modal verb vil to want and the verb å spise to eat. So we have to put ikke after vil, which is the first verb in this sentence. When we use expressions like when and if, ikke is placed in front of the verb. For example, når jeg ikke spiser frokost, blir jeg lett sint, which literally means when I don't eat breakfast, I easily get angry. Another example would be hvis du ikke kan delta, send meg en melding. This means if you can't participate, send me a message. Here, ikke comes before the verbs å delta, to participate, and å spise, to eat. Ikke is also placed after a reflexive pronoun such as myself or yourself. Here's an example. Jeg kuttet meg da jeg hakket løk, meaning I cut myself while I chopped onions. Or, hun legger seg ikke senere enn klokka 11. Literally, this means she doesn't lie herself later than 11 o'clock. However, the more natural translation is, she doesn't go to bed later than 11 o'clock. Lastly, if you use ikke as a command, you need to put ikke in front of the verb. Here's an example. Ikke løp, meaning don't run. Okay, I hope that helped answer your question. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. Ha det! Vi ses senere. Bye! See you later!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Norwegian ebook before it's gone.